All right, we're going to begin our third and last installment of Scratch. And to do this is where we're going to take and make it really fun. You can make it however you would like it to be. I went to Google. You'll need to go to Google Images, and you need to look for some type of picture, either of an animal or flowers or nature, but something that has a lot of bright and contrast. I'm going to use this picture of tulips, so I'm going to click on it so I get the larger version. And then I'm going to right click, copy it. I'm going to open my Photoshop. There we go. When I open Photoshop and I do File, New, this is something you might not have known, it automatically will remember the last thing you copied and make the dimensions exactly right for what you copied. So when I make my new scratch, which I'm going to call this picture scratch, these dimensions are exactly the right dimensions for what I am about to do, which is to copy that flower into it. So I'll say OK. And then I can either hit Control V or Edit Paste. And you'll see now that that picture comes up exactly the way it was in on the computer before on Google. Again, like I always do, I'm going to change my background layer to 0 layer. Really, I don't need this layer at all for that, so I'm going to delete it. So now my only layer is my layer with my flowers. This is only going to have a couple of layers, but it's always good practice to label your layers. So I'm going to label this one flower. Now, to make this look really interesting and fun, one thing we should do is polarize this picture. To polarize it, we go to Filter. Image Adjustments, Posterize. And you can see here at 4 what it looks like. If I move it over to 5, how you can see how it makes differences depending on how you would like it to be. I think I'm going to put mine at about 4 was good, I guess. 4 looks nice. It gives it a little bit of a cartoony look. And so do yours how you would like it. It brightens up and contrasts the color. And then again, like we did in the other 2 scratches, we're going to make a new layer, and we're going to make this our black layer. I want to go to Layer, New Layer, and we're going to call this Black Layer. And obviously it's not black right now, so we're going to use our bucket tool and make it black. If I Control Z to take that away, remember the control that I said that would make your canvas automatically have a black or a white or your forecolor or your background color? That was Alt Backspace. And remember, Control Backspace was the other one, but I'm going to do Alt Backspace to get my black. Now what I want to do is use my eraser tool like we did before, a very small eraser tool. But you're going to see, how can I get exactly the flower that I want? I can't, because I can't see it, which we want this to be a very true black. But for right now, what I can do is change my opacity to about 60, 45, somewhere in there %. Then I can work with my eraser tool here, see, going through making these scratches. And then at the end, I would change my opacity back to make it completely black, and it's going to be much more vivid. Okay, so we just change our opacity down so we can see what we want to do. Depending on if you want to just have the red flower show, just have the yellow flower show, have the outline of them show, however you want to do it is up to you. Okay, so you're going to take your time. The better this looks is if you will take your time to make the lines the same way as the lines on the page. So say I was working with animals. I would make my scratches the same way as the fur or the feathers. If I'm working with grass, I would make the grass the same layer in the same way as the grass. As you do that, you're going to have more and more opportunity to do it right. I'm going to pause this and finish up what I'm working on, and then come back and you'll see what it looks like at the end. So now you can see that I've done a bunch of scratching. At first I did with the little scratch brush and moved it around. Then I made it a little bit bigger with my eraser. And you can just do how you would like to do. When I finish, I'll say Control D, so it takes away my selection, deselect, and then I'll turn this black, and you can see how it just shows through just the stuff I've scratched off. Again, I did this quickly. I didn't do the best of jobs. I know that you'll do a much better job, but it looks really great with bright birds, with bright flowers, with bright nature scenes. You could do something where maybe you took the face of a baby and then made it look like it was etched out. So take some time and play with this and see what you think.